there you are, standing before the Count, right as he is with these men dressed in animal hides, all making noises of their corresponding animal. They look to be in an immense amount of pain. It is truly intense. And the grandness of the foyer, the candlelight begins to flicker by the mere presence of him. The giant statue of a blue, skinless pope with his hand outstretched, waiting for you to kiss his ring, looms over to the side. And we are in initiative. We begin with the Count. The Count is going to gaze. Yes, he's going to gaze deep into the eyes of the commander. We are making a duel of... yes. We are making opposed willpower rolls.
I'm going to point out that there is no commander here.
Sorry, technically it would be sergeant. You do have the different hat, but... he would recognize you. I think he would. Yeah, he would, for certain.
Yeah.
And you, sergeant. He passes at hard.
Also pass it hard.
Tie. Nothing is achieved. But still, you feel the presence just lurking inside of you. But you shake it off. And with that, we go to Private Pressi.
Right then. Am I at this point fully armed?
Yes, you are. You would have your gun out. You are doing a raid onto this building.
Okay.
You have a musket.
I was going to say, when we say gun, we do indeed mean musket. That's good. I like that.
With the exception of the sergeant.
In which case, I'm going to just fire a shot at this guy.
Yep, go for it.
Ooh. That's an extreme success.
Max damage.
Wow. Hold on, I got a different sheet. Gotta find it. That's a lot of... I want one of these for the main game, because that's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want a musket.
So how much damage is that?
Hang on.
It's max, so 14.
Oh yeah. What did I roll?
Yeah. So yeah, 14 damage, and it's just...
I know what I'm doing.
Oh! Like, you land that shot straight in his heart. You have no interest in making sure that, you have no interest in, like, seeing him, like, try to, like, escape you. You just aim straight for the heart and fire the shot.
Yeah, the hell with this, creature.
All right. Private Beaumains. But first... Oh, wait, sorry. I skipped 2 people. I am screwing up my initiative today. Well, Hugel's gonna try to take a shot. Good luck, Private Hugel. I wish you the best. That, passes. Nine damage? Huh. Fenalik's dead. You see his body tumble back, and a fog enters the room. Sergeant?
I thought Beaumains was before me.
No, I made the mistake. It was Renault then Beaumains. It goes Hugel, Renault, Beaumains. I'm going to pin that just so I don't have to keep scrolling up.
So, Fenalik is dead.
There's
a fog is filling the room.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do the thing. I think Renault will just step down and topple the heathen Pope figure.
Yeah, go for it. I'm just gonna say you do it. No need for a strength check or anything.
Yeah, he just topples it onto the ground.
You topple this thing over, and you expect the statue to, like, crack and shatter, right? But it doesn't. It kind of limply falls apart. You kind of hear a soft, squishier thud when you do that. As you inspect it, it turns out... Beaumains, what are you doing?
I'm gonna see if I can grab one of the people in a pelt to ask questions.
Yeah, you pull one of those people in the... How do you go about this? How do you want to talk to one of the people in the pelts?
Right now, I just want to grab them by probably the equivalent of neck, pelt, type of grip, grab, pull.
Yeah, they got like you can grab them by the lapels or something and like just pull them up. What do you ask? You get one question.
Ooh. What is Fenalik's plan?
This you grab the one in the wolf pelt, and he just says, "The master only seeks chaos," and then he goes, "Oh!" We now go back to the top of the initiative order. Pressi?
Yeah.
We're still in initiative.
Yeah, I'm uneasy, so I'm gonna make it so Private Pressi is equally uneasy, and I'm gonna look, like, kind of look through the fog, because I don't feel like we should relax yet.
Spot hidden.
Yes. I spot hidden. Oh, that's pretty good. Does it pass if you like roll exactly what your score is? I can never remember.
Yes, it does.
It does. Okay, excellent.
It's not that you're trying to spot what's hidden, it's that you're trying to spot what's missing. You think that maybe the fog is obscuring your view, but you confirm Fenalik's body is missing.
Ah.
Hugel sees your revelation, and on his turn decides to go into the kitchen. Or into the dining room. Sergeant, as you inspect the body that just hit the ground, it's a human cadaver, painted blue, its skin removed, dressed like the Pope.
Reeking.
Ugh. What do you do?
Well, did Pressi make me aware of the body missing?
Pressi?
Oh, I suppose he would. He'd like wave and gesture like it's gone.
Men, find me that body.
Sir?
Yes.
It's gone. Gone.
Yes, so find it.
No,
Beaumains?
That is an order.
I'm gonna
Yes.
run to the coach court and see if there's any missing.
Yeah, you
Well,
start
we
running
have
to the
we have
to the back.
people stationed on the outside, like we have the house surrounded.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
the house is surrounded. So you
But I
couldn't
want to do a tactics roll to give people advantage on finding Fenalik.
Yeah, go for it. You're basically starting a strategic search plan.
I think, yeah, I'll spend 2 luck to make that succeed.
Yep. Who do you want to give that advantage to?
Beaumains, because Pressi is questioning my orders.
Good man.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, Beaumains, you head out towards the coach court just to see if maybe somebody's headed if he head out the back or something. Maybe he's actually alive. Give me a spot hidden check.
With advantage, I suppose.
With
Oh.
advantage.
Okay. Cool. If I'm gonna use a little luck to make that pass.
You look around. Yeah, you're 100% certain he's not in here. However, you do get the idea that he's probably gone to some other smaller room to go hide. Judging by the sound of something coming from upstairs. And that's all I'll
Alright.
say on that matter. Back to top. Pressi?
Well, I've been given my orders. I guess I'm looking for this corpse that mysteriously vanished.
Yes, you have.
Yes.
Let's see. Hugel went to the dining room.
Mhm.
And Beaumains went to the coach court. On this floor, there's still the ballroom and the sitting room.
I will go and search the ballroom then.
Give me another spot hidden check.
Yep.
You enter into the ballroom. It's got this like little harpsichord. It's got like those like a chandelier up above, and you find sheet music, like just strewn about the room. But you find like
Right.
there's like papers and whatnot. But there's like this one neatly ordered stack of sheet music left behind.
Just like stacked.
Yeah, nicely stacked. It's
I'll give it a look.
composed by one Dietrich Zahn.
Anything else notable about it?
It doesn't look like any music you've ever seen, but your character doesn't have that talent, so.
No, not at all. This doesn't really mean anything to him, does it?
No. But it will
No,
be
and-
important to turn in for the investigation, probably.
Well, yeah, hold on to it. Any bit of evidence is evidence, I suppose.
Private Hugel comes charging out of the dining room. Sergeant! I have news, but you're not gonna like it. There's... He holds back his, urge to vomit. The cooks are... being served.
It is paramount that we find the Comte.
Yes, sir. Salutes.
How many of the bottom floors we searched?
The only thing left is the sitting room.
Can I both peer into the sitting room and give orders, or is it one or the other?
You can always give orders, but it won't give you the tactics roll.
Yeah, well, that is what I meant naturally. But no, I will peek into the sitting room so we get all of the bottom floor rooms done.
Yeah. The sitting room is probably one of the few rooms that's like not in chaos right now. Very nice large chair, assortment of American tobacco products. Looking in there though, can you make me a... Can you actually... No. No need for the spot hidden. This would be obvious to you. After investigating the sitting room, you turn around and you glance back into like the foyer, and as you look in there, the fog is gone.
Can I tell if it went up or down?
Up.
Men, we're moving upstairs.
But your order reverberates through the hallway as you bark your command. Beaumains, you have just re-entered from the stable, from the stagecoach. Yeah.
On it, Sergeant. I heard something upstairs too. I'm just gonna start running.
You head up the stairs. The second floor of the building is, again, it's much more narrow because you're entering onto the room with all the different styled bedrooms with two sitting rooms on the end. You can pick one of them.
I'll go with the Turkish bedroom.
All right. You open it up. You look inside, all the elaborate architecture. And that is where you see a man, neither bat nor human. Sanity check, please. Bat creature, pshaw. You take only 1 point of sanity damage. That's it. But you are like steadfast. You are ready for this. Beaumains, if you want to take the shot, you can.
Ooh, okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna shoot it with my musket.
Give it a go.
That is going to pass on regular.
Nice. It is going to try to tank that shot. So yeah, roll damage. Oh. This creature is just... Good job. Yeah, no, you pierce this creature. It begins to kind of bleed, but its blood is a black, viscous ichor rather than any sort of actual, sanguine. Top of the initiative, it goes to Private Pressi. You've all heard the gunshot echo throughout the building.
Well, that's where I'm heading immediately, making a beeline for wherever that shot came from.
Yep.
Sounds like trouble.
As you ascend the stairs, you arrive on the scene. You see, Beaumains just having fired the gun, reeling back a bit. You are currently at the front. You are currently with them, staring at this creature. Give me that sanity check, because its jaw unhinges, its teeth sharp and jagged.
Ew.
Like little bangs coming out of it. Its ears twitching.
Pass?
1 point of sanity damage,
Mm-hmm.
and you are free to act.
Fucking shoot it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, go right ahead. Give me the shot.
Yes.
Until you remember, click. Oh, right.
Oh
Reload.
yeah, that's a thing. We are in that time period. Son of a bitch.
There is the passive reload that's going on. You had one more round till that thing fully went into effect. I'm not going to count that roll against you. This is just a harsh reminder of reality.
Thank you.
So in one more round, your gun will be fully reloaded because it's assumed your character is passively reloading, but this is a multi-step process. A reload action skips all the time, but you do make yourself vulnerable to do that.
Okay.
So you have to think of something else.
Well, let me see. What have I got? Bayonet. That's an excellent idea. I don't want to stab it, but I'm gonna anyway because I'm brave and stupid.
Charge him with the bayonet.
Wait, what? Why are you saying bayonet? I have a rapier.
Wait, you do? When did I give you that?
It's right there on my weapon sheet.
Jeez, I guess I gave you that.
Yeah, you did, and I'm gonna use that because it's longer.
I mean, the bayonet's mounted at the end of your gun, but
Right.
The bayonet is objectively longer.
it is a spear.
Stop. This is I feel ganged up on. Fine. But the thing is, I have more points in rapier than bayonet, so just.
All right, I'm gonna explain how you do this if you go for it. I'm gonna allow it because I did pull that stupid stunt where I reminded you. Oh right, reloading your gun is a thing. So I'm gonna explain where that rapier came from, but.
And then you made me feel stupid for my lack of weapons knowledge, and I'm gonna hold that against you. All right, let's see. Hot on hard.
Pass on hard. So your gun clicks, right? You go, shoot. You look around this room trying to find something, anything, and you see a familiar weapon that you know how to use. Your romantic instincts kick in, you grab it, and you go for it. The creature is going to dodge.
Oh.
It fails. Go for the stab.
This is odd damage. 1d6 plus 1 plus 1d4.
Yes.
Nagel, shush.
We're at the... Remember, Christopher is a himbo. Don't forget that. It's true.
Yes,
Don't look me...
It was an in-character and intentional decision. I didn't just get caught out by my own lack of knowledge. This was intentional. Duh. I'm a professional, of course.
and you stab straight for the heart.
Yeah.
As you see, the sword is in fact objectively longer, and you go for the stab. It falls down, this giant bat creature that just stood within here. This one's body does plummet to the ground.
Oh, good. That's always good. I like it when the bodies plummet to the ground.
Sergeant, you and Hugel are currently on the bottom floor, and you hear that distinct thud from upstairs. It is Hugel's initiative and basically asks, Sir, I'm not sure how confident I am right now. You know I'm not a great shot. Can I just follow from behind?
Make sure no one sneaks up on us.
Right. Salutes.
And I'll make that my order to him, so he has advantage on
All right.
that before heading up to join the others.
Yeah, the both of you will be heading up. And it's a good thing you told Hugel to do that. Because right before Beaumains' turn, Fenalik has been holding his action. As you ascend the staircase, Hugel catches Fenalik emerging from a hole in the wall as the fog forms into the shape of a person. Fails the sanity check. Lose 3 points of sanity. And just still waiting for the full reload, goes for the bayonet and charges at him. At advantage. Passes. Fenalik will dodge.
Well, does he use luck points to make that an extreme success if 14 isn't that already?
I believe 14 is. I have the character sheet actually right here. I will let you make the executive decision if you want to make that an extreme success.
Yes.
Yes. All right. I am keeping track of this. 4. And that's going to take to make that an extreme is... I mean, it's 10 points, but it's going to be worth it. While Fenalik was able to dodge a second, jab at it, and, a little stroke of luck. 1d8 plus 1. Goes for a stab right through the right side of the chest, piercing Fenalik on this. And once again, the fog reemerges. I found him! Beaumains?
Are we going to be able to hear the I found him from...
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to tell Pressi, check to make sure the bat's dead, and run out the door and see if I can get in on the brawl.
Yeah, you turn around, you start charging down the steps, and I want you to make a spot hidden.
Okay. That is going to pass on regular.
The fog is trailing down the steps. It's in a small, thin, wispy line.
Oh. Like a tail situation?
It's more like a long, thin line that's just after the corpse dissolves into the mist, it slowly just forms a single trace line that you can follow. heading back down the stairs.
I'm gonna follow the trail instead. Sergeant said to find the body. So
You follow the trail, and it leads you to the locked door on the first floor. You never got a chance to look in there. You're entering unknown territory. But we will have to see what happens. Top of the initiative, Fenalik does his thing. I'm going to let all Pressi, Hugel, and Renault just kind of have a moment, because all you've seen is Beaumains just charge down the stairs after this thing.
Give me a moment. I'm just checking what my opinion of Beaumains is. Just reminding myself. Yeah, I'm gonna call out. We follow Beaumains.
Yes, sir. I'm going to say we break initiative for a little bit.
Why did you get that sword, Pressi?
Found it.
I will overlook that the sword is above your station this time.
Well,
But when we leave, you make sure nobody sees it.
to be completely fair, sir, if it wasn't for this sword, I would not have been able to kill the giant bat. So, yeah, I think we can overlook it, don't you?
Indeed. And you should note that at some times it is a good time to simply nod.
Sergeant, what is your, if I may, what is your take on Christopher just having just told you the giant bat? Because that's something you haven't seen yet.
He is going to assume that just like the people in the foyer, it's someone dressed up as a giant bat.
That's a very reasonable assumption. Reasonable, rational decision to make.
Because that's the only animal people he has seen thus far.
As you all descend the steps, turning around, you see, what is Beaumains doing to try to open this door?
is it just like
It's got
a
like
basic
a lock on
lock?
it.
Okay.
Giant lock on it, yeah.
Do I have a let me see if oh no locksmith skill, unfortunately.
Then it's strength to try to break this thing.
Rightio. That seems like the way to go right now. Can you just do a strength check then?
Yeah, you do a strength check. I'm thinking like you're charging there with the butt of your gun, trying to kick this door down.
That is going to pass on hard.
Yeah, that's going to be good enough, I think. You hit it once. You hit it again. It starts to give. And on the third give, it just swings open. Before you is a staircase descending down into the depths of the earth.
No light or anything, just dark staircase.
It's dark. It's very dark. You think you do see a couple of candelabras, but
Okay, I'm not going to go down yet, but I'm going to wait to see if anyone's following. Not following, but waiting to see if anyone else in the group is going to show up here so we can go together.
I mean, the rest of the party was entering as you just
Oh.
kicked down that door.
Okay. Then I'm going to look behind me and say, the mysterious fog was going down here. Sergeant, do we follow it?
Yes.
All right. How do you want us entering in, sir? Who takes point?
I need to look at my notes again.
No worries.
Well, a Hugel player isn't here, so that feels a little unfair. Well, an Echo has AFK, but once Echo gets back, Pressi takes point.
All right. Pressi takes point. Beaumains will be behind. Sergeant, you will probably be third, so you can keep an eye on the situation. And let's just leave Hugel in the back.
Yeah. Rear guard.
Rear guard. I mean, Hugel is having a surprisingly good day. Like, just so we're clear, their musket skill is abysmal.
Yeah. They'll not have to do lactic duty.
Right.
We'll leave that to someone else.
Probably Pressi. Who's on latrine duty?
It's always Pressi.
And there's the slightest bit of the drip of water from the soil above. It sounds like you're entering into a cave network almost as you descend down this staircase, which is a lot longer than you thought it would be. How do you try to light your way down here, or do you just keep marching and hoping that your eyes adjust?
Well, if there is no light source down here, we can't really walk around blind. We're actually looking for something.
Yeah, you could take one of the candles from up there. There's ways to like hold that, keeping an eye.
Yeah, or a lantern even.
Lanterns.
I'd expect us to have brought some lanterns as well, since we were doing a night raid. So
Absolutely.
Probably the soldiers outside have lanterns, so we just take one of those.
Oh yeah, running out, you grab one of those, you light that. Descending deeper and deeper into this, it's bigger than. It's eventually you get to the bottom, and there is a faint light at the bottom. It's a soft glow. It's very translucent. It's this translucent blue color, kind of shimmering throughout as you descend.
We will continue the descent.
And as you enter into the main room, you enter into the bottom, and yeah, it's this would look like a typical wine cellar for the time period. What's interesting about it is that at the very end of a long hallway, you see another blue, skinless statue. And this one is shining with an iridescent kind of glow. It's just lighting up this whole room down here. However, though, there's a sets of iron barred gates between you and that statue. And there is a series of, like winding winding doors. There's like doors on the left and the right, and they form like these really carved in, like almost prison cells down here.
But we could see into the blue room thingy.
Yeah, but there's like sets of iron gates between you and there.
Can we see if there are other doors in that room?
In that room at the far end, you
Yeah.
can't be certain. There might be, probably not.
Well, I say let us move down the corridor, checking doors left and right as we're moving.
Yep. So yeah, there's a door to the left and a door to the right. Pressi, you are at the front.
Mm-hmm.
Which door do you want to take? Left or right?
I'll take the one on the left.
The one on the left. That door is it's a wooden door. It's very flimsy. You're able to open it up, and you look inside, and there's a bunch of barrels in here.
Bunch of barrels.
Yep, barrels.
Barrels.
In this cellar beneath the from below.
Well, it's a logical place to store a load of barrels. I'm gonna, maybe give them examine them, see if there's anything amiss, anything hiding in between or inside them.
Yeah, crack one open.
Okay. Is that a
No, you just do.
just crack it open?
You pull out the like a little cork from one of them because they're wine barrels. Oh, okay, you know how wine cellars work vaguely, and you look in there. That's not wine. It's dirt.
I mean, I've heard of a dry wine before, but this seems a bit excessive. Dirt, just dirt.
Yep, just dirt.
Dirt.
Beaumains, what will you do?
So Pressi already
Check the
went
door on the
through.
left. There's the door on the right and the giant iron bars in front of you, preventing you from going down the hall further.
Can I ask Hugel to go with me on the right and do the military strategy of one person opening the door and the other person checks so that the door can be slammed shut or pulled open quickly?
Yeah, Hugel
Courtesy
will
of
handle
our
the door.
sergeant. Okay.
It's like, all right, 3, 2, 1, pulls it open, and oh, this is terrifying. There are people trapped in here. They're like prison cells. They're like just starved corpses, barely even able look like you can see their rib cages. That's how starved they are. You see one woman off in the corner just crying and wailing in misery.
That's going to be a bit of a shock. I'm going to rush over to the crying woman and ask, why are you down here? What's going on?
She's pale. She's as just as if everything is out, just gone from her face, and she just shakes there violently and just goes, "He feeds. We are cattle."
Oh, God. So he's a monster?
He just... You see the... You just see, like, the sheer look of terror on her face, and she just says, "Monster. Yeah, that man is the devil." There's another door, Beaumains, that can take you into a room that appears to be to the left. Yeah, there's a door to the left, continuing down the direction of the hallway towards the giant statue.
I'm gonna leave the room, not towards that new door, but tell the sergeant that there are people trapped down here, and if we can get back up from upstairs to try to free them.
Of course, we will free them on the way back.
All right.
Right. So,
And I'm gonna mention the door too.
And we group up and move on.
all right. You continue. Who wants to work together on this door?
Well, Pressi and Beaumains are here, so let's use them.
Let's use them. Who is going to be manning the gun, and who is going to be opening the... What is it? And who's going to be opening the door?
I'll open the door.
I'll man the gun.
You pry it open.
The sergeant is very confused that Pressi is volunteering for door duty.
You open the door. And... coffins. So many coffins. Most
All
of
the
them
same
open
wood?
and unempty. Some of them closed. Only about 2 of them are closed. There's a door to your left.
These are all just... So you said most of them are open, but 2 of them are closed?
Yep.
Are they made of wood?
They're made of wood.
Okay. I'm gonna tell Pressi that I'm gonna check the closed caskets before we move on.
All right.
You pry open the first one. In there, a woman rests, her arms crossed. Pale as the night, her flesh has already begun to rot. Garlic
Oh my God.
surrounds her.
And we don't recognize the woman.
Nope,
Correct.
no clue who she is.
Smell dead?
Definitely dead.
Onto the second coffin then, and I'll close that one out of respect for the body.
Yep. This one, as you pry it open, another woman. This time, her corpse seems much more new, much more fresh. Her body is perfectly preserved, her dress very much up to date with the current fashions. She lies there. And I've given you all you need to hear.
You said well preserved?
Yeah, well preserved.
Can I put like 2 fingers to the neck and see if like I feel a pulse or anything?
First aid check.
Okay. See if I have that. Oh, I do. Gosh, this is rad. Ooh, okay, that's not gonna pass.
You want to push it? But risk damaging the body?
Yes. If they're not dead, I might wake them up if I push. Ooh. Okay.
It's
That's a pass.
so faint. But you can feel the blood not necessarily pulse. It glugs very softly. It feels like how oil just slowly moves through a pipe rather than the way blood pumps through a body. It crawls, the blood. Do with that information what you will.
All right.
Yeah, gross, right?
Blood crawling is such a. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna tell Pressi because he's at the door that this one may be alive, or maybe
She's alive?
a parasite. It's a pulse, but it's not a pulse.
Mm. How could she have a pulse and not have a pulse? That makes no sense.
Maybe she has a heart issue condition. There's a sound. The body is making a sound.
Right. But you believe she's alive? Yes?
Unless there's a worm in her neck.
Long shot. Everyone present can make occult rolls if they so wish.
Okay.
Do I count as present?
You count as present. You've been witnessing these events.
No.
No.
I have nothing in occult.
Yep, only that 5%.
Okay.
Yeah, too bad you can't flip those numbers.
Flipping. Those were the days.
Flipping, the good old days.
Rip.
So here is why I ask. It's a long shot, but around this time period, tales of what these creatures are starting to become a thing. Alas, no such luck.
Well, in that case, if the lady's alive, we have to get her out of here.
Agreed.
Being the romantic type, I think Christopher's gonna cross the room and pick her up.
Pressi, what are you doing?
They're holding. They're holding women hostage, sir.
Yes, and the culprit is still at large. We need to first find him.
And what, leave innocent women to an unknown fate while we do that? Can't we move her to safety?
She looks well enough in there. Take her on the way back.
But, sir.
Are you going to abandon your comrades in their hour of need?
No, sir, I'm not.
Good. Carry on, soldier.
Oh, there's a door to the left.
Yes, sir.
Pressi, did you put her back into the coffin, or do you want help laying her like against a wall or something?
Yeah, let's take her out of the box. That can't be comfortable.
Yep. You lay her up against a wall.
Mm-hmm.
She's just sitting there, lying, not doing much.
Don't worry, we'll be back for you. And leave to follow orders.
All right, door to the left. Or you can go back the way you came.
I'm gonna keep heading forward. At least I can lead this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you open the door. Oh, hey, it's the main hallway again.
Huh.
There's a door right across the way. To the left, you can see where you came from. To the right, you can see through those iron gates. And now you can make out a bit more clearly. There's another set of iron gates, and then a long hallway leading straight to the room with the blue statue. You can now also see, now that you're a little bit closer, the back wall has this interwoven tableau of roses. Roses with black stems.
He really is some kind of freak, isn't he?
Yeah. Yes, sir, he certainly is.
Especially if he keeps women in coffins.
Indeed.
Apparently eats people?
There will be plenty of witnesses to put him away for good.
I hope so.
6 feet under.
Another door lies in front of you, if you want to keep pressing on.
Forsooth.
Yeah. Opening this one, assuming you're doing your little routine now, it's a bigger room than the others. Well, the others were like long, narrow rectangles. This one's big and expansive. It's also filled to the brim with chains, manacles, iron maidens, like this is filled to the brim with torture equipment. Stained with a lot of blood. There's also, curiously, a viola.
A what?
A viola.
Is that also stained with blood?
No, perfectly fine. I need to just double check something, but I think that's it. Yep, the viola is an instrument at this time. I was like, is the viola not a thing? I'm pretty sure the viola is a thing. Here, let me show you one from a museum. They're like slightly bigger violins.
So I still have that sheet music on me.
Yeah. Any of you have art craft music?
No.
Nope.
Nope, obviously not. Google goes, I can cook though. Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything.
It's a valid skill though.
Hugel can cook some of those people, so I have something to eat later.
There's a door on the way back that seems to go back into the hallway.
No, we'll keep on walking our way down.
You're bursting your way out. You've made it. There's another long hallway to your left, and you can easily work your way down there to get to the giant statue. There's also another door across the way.
Well, I'd rather we check the door so we don't have something that sort of leaps up behind us.
Yeah, better to have no surprises. Bursting into that final room, it's an office. It's got like desk, papers. You can rifle through it if you feel like it, but maybe you don't.
I can have a brief look through, right?
Yeah. Spot hidden if you just want to do like a general thing. Accounting if you want to get a really good clue.
Just gonna check. I do not have account, so
Neither do I.
No.
Nope.
And my spot hidden is not that high.
Nope.
My spot hidden's gonna pass. Pass on hard, actually.
Yeah. Looking through the ledgers and digging through some paperwork as quick as you can, you notice, man, he places orders for like deliveries from like, companies all around Europe. Like he is like requesting statues from everywhere, and then he's selling those statues for like barely a profit.
Does it say what kind of statue?
Mostly of people. Typically with mostly of people. Sometimes it's statue fragments like arms or bodies or legs. Some of them he keeps. Most of them he sells.
Peculiar.
Well, all that's left is the room at the end of the hall.
Yeah, I guess that's where we're going next.
As you creep down that hallway, it's very narrow and tight. The statue stands before you in full. This blue man, his skin removed, yet you see by staring at it duplicates of the arms and of the body and of the head, like imprinted on each of them. The black stemmed roses give off this aura of sheer uncomfortableness. You see many tiny holes in the roof of this room. and Fenalik emerges from a coffin, tucked neatly in a chamber to the side. He is staring, and and this time he's gonna stare at Hugel.
Poor Hugel. It's not
Yep.
even here.
I know, right? Dang, that is not good for either of them.
I was about to say, they both roll crap.
They both rolled crap. But, suffice to say, no, yeah, neither of them pass. So, yeah, no. We go back into initiative, though. We go into... I think it's now time for the game to begin. Fenalik is going to charge for... It's going to make a charge for Beaumains, since you're still at point. And he's going to roll to hit you with his hands.
With his hands? Okay.
Yeah, he's just charging at you with his hands.
Can I roll the
He
dodge?
strikes you at hard. He spends 1 luck point to make that a hard success.
Ooh.
You can dodge, but you have to pass it hard, or you can fight back with your bayonet.
Okay. I
But
think
you have to
I'd
get an extreme.
extreme with the bayonet.
Yeah.
It's good. My bayonet is at 75. So I'm going to try to hit him back then. Because I
Go
don't
for
think I'd dodge in this situation.
Yep. Go for it.
Oh.
Oh, nope. Roll POW, if you please.
Okay.
Ah.
Okay, that's gonna pass.
Yep. All right. Well, he gives you a knife. He gives you like a giant like claw right across you, and he is going to do 6. He deals 6 damage as his claws rip at your uniform and pierce through the skin. You feel him trying to suck the life force out of you.
Oh damn.
All right. It goes Pressi's turn.
All right. Have I finished passively reloading my musket?
Oh yeah, you've been doing this the whole time. Don't worry. You're loaded and ready to go.
Fabulous. Well, I'm gonna take that shot that I tried to take earlier and couldn't because my musket didn't have a round in it. That is an extreme musket success.
Fenalik is going to opt to not take another action and dive for cover. Roll again.
Roll again.
Yeah, disadvantage. He is diving for cover though, so that means he's not going to take an action.
Aww. I hate it when they dive for cover. That is now only a normal success.
All right. Yep, that still hits though. Roll the damage.
Okay. Could have been so cool.
Nice. Yeah, 10 damage.
Not bad.
Oh. All right. Who's next? It would be... yes, Hugel. Hugel is going to try and take a shot. Misses horribly. Nope. Goes to Renault.
Well, in this case, I think Renault would actually join the fighting instead of giving orders.
Yep.
Is he... Well, he's charged up at one of us, right? So he is in melee range.
Yep. He is
Then
within melee.
I will saber him. That is a hard success.
He's still going to attempt to dodge. Oh!
Yeah, well, that's very good for him.
Damn
He had
vampire
one.
reflexes. What you gonna do, man?
Well, at least he doesn't get to go next time. So
He still doesn't get an action, though, yeah. Beaumains?
So the attack, that's not going to affect me mentally anyway. It just like hurts.
It hurts.
Extremely.
And it felt like it was about to drain you mentally.
Rad. Okay, I'm going to try to reload, I guess, and shoot. I mean, is he still close or is he...
He's still close, yeah. But you haven't fired yet. Your gun's still loaded.
Okay, then I'm going to shoot with my musket then.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, that's not going to pass, unfortunately.
It doesn't. Fenalik continues to... isn't going to be doing any action since he's kind of hiding behind cover right now. While he kind of clutches his wounds for a second. However, another fog enters the room. It dampens the air. Gunshots are now at disadvantage. Fenalik is still present. His body is still there, but he is now behind cover. We go to Private Pressi.
So gun stuff is at a disadvantage, yeah?
Yep.
And bearing in mind I've just used my one musket shot before I have to reload, I'm just gonna charge. I've still got that rapier. I'm gonna just charge in there like a crazy person.
Yeah, no, you go and find him. Go
Yeah.
for it.
Going in there after him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Don't dodge. I beg of you. Because that was extreme and I really like it.
That was hard.
Right?
Then you still hit.
Yeah, roll
Still
damage.
hit? Well, hey. Again, this is an odd roll.
It's because it's the normal damage +1 plus your damage bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I had to deal with Charlie all the time.
It's so annoying.
Such a fuss to write out.
It is. It really is.
You stab him right through. He turns back into... He joins with the mist, and you see that mist retreat into a coffin.
Huh.
It goes to... yes. It goes to Hugel, who is very much just trying to figure out just running over to the coffin and is going to try to pry that thing open. Fails the strength check. Can't open this thing.
Oh no.
Renault?
What kind of coffin is it?
This is a very nice and intricate one. It appears to be that it's got a little hole in the side, but it's very nice wood, polished even. Big. It's also kind of antiquated. A history check could probably tell you a bit more about it.
Well, I already know what I wanted to know, and that's that it's wood.
Yes.
Because I'm gonna smack the lantern over.
Oh, nice move. Nice move. You smash the lantern down upon it. I'm not going to ask for a roll to hit. The fire
Thank you.
The fire catches. The coffin burns. You see his face begin to melt, and while the fire does so much damage to him, he is permanently disfigured by this. The room licks up in flames. The roses even begin to catch fire, and you notice them begin to emerge with this like shrieking sound. And like the roses are shrieking from the pain. Sanity checks on everyone.
Huh.
That means they probably deserve to be on fire.
They probably do. Beaumains. Let's see. Everybody passed the sanity check?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Only 3 points of sanity lost then. What can I say? And it is at that point like the woman you saw from earlier who was left back there, she manifests as well in this room. The fog that was there condensing down into that creature again.
Sacre bleu!
She just no, please. She's just clutching her ears from the sound of the roses.
Pressi, she's one of them.
Damn.
Beaumont, it is your turn in the initiative.
So if Sergeant said she's one of them, I'm gonna just try to reload and shoot with my musket.
Reload is going to take your turn.
Oh, okay. Wait, can I just use the bayonet then?
Yes, totally.
Okay. Go in for a head slicey dicey if possible. Stab.
Yeah, go for it.
That is going to pass.
She is not trying to dodge.
Okay, let me roll for. Okay, this is a long one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'll do it. Her head goes flying off as you just like stab it through her throat and just pry it like a crowbar.
Oh.
The head flies. It hits the statue and it falls over. It cracks into pieces. 2 arms, a torso, 2 legs, and a head. One of the arms gets lodged amidst the roses, which stops the squealing, thank goodness. And this is where the siege ends. Fenalik is defeated. Your captain and the doctor show up, and an investigation is held. Here is some of the findings. Finding number 1. It appears that the Count was part of a cannibalistic tradition. Number 2. The statue is certainly very interesting. For your diligent service, all people present who led the charge have been granted one piece of the statue as sort of a trophy. This is also because, 3, due to Sergeant Renault's plan, however, it did end up torching most of the building. And eventually the
Call
building
it less a plan and more a spur of the moment thing.
Yeah. It torched most of the building. As a result, because of that, like, most of the building was burned down, and honestly, it was going to be destroyed anyway because this place is unholy.
Yeah, so I did them a favor.
You did them a favor. But there was one more curious thing from the investigation. The Count was alive. Somehow he survives the fire. But he is permanently incapacitated, deemed to be insane, and is administered to an asylum. Or rather, to a health facility. He is kept underground for observation. Certainly, this will never become relevant again when a future psych ward expands its building and unearths that coffin, and leads to a series of events that will totally never become relevant. Indeed, yep. I'm sure those statue pieces you have will never become important to a future plot. But for now, the day is saved. The evil destroyed, the prisoners released. Everything seems to be fine and dandy. And that is when you, a few days later, on June the 17th, Captain Malone calls you all to Versailles. The National Assembly is meeting on that day. And there is going to be, and this is one of the few rare times that the Assembly is being called. As a result, though, there's thoughts that revolutionary activity might occur, especially since the Third Estate, which represents the common people, is being present. And by the time on June the 20th, you are given orders to close the hall in Versailles where the Assembly is going to meet, to prevent the Third Estate from entering. What would your characters do? You're given that order to not let the Third Estate in.
Well, the sergeant would do his best to follow those orders and not admit the Third Estate, and do his best to sort of, with his commanding presence, to hold them back. But push comes to shove, he is not going to fire nor order fire on civilians.
All right. Beaumains? Pressi? I can vaguely tell you what Hugel would do, along with your other two companions. Hugel is very much not a fan of this idea, and is currently just begrudgingly sealing the door, but doesn't want to partake in this. Both Etienne Babin and Jean Dupois are doing these orders without question, and are actively willing to take any shots.
They will be ordered to not take shots.
But
if they want to do that anyway. That's fine.
They would be willing to, but they're not going to. So, it's time to figure out where Pressi stands on terms of the revolution.
Pressure.
Because Beaumains, you've been with the revolution the entire time.
Yeah, but I don't like talking about it. Hush, hush, hush. But when push comes to shove, I guess I would side with the Third Estate.
Perhaps, may I give you this? Because I can give you this offer if you want an idea.
Is it what I think it is? Well, actually, yeah, tell me, please.
So, in history, what happens to the Third Estate when they get locked out from Versailles and they can't hold a meeting in there?
Don't they just go to another place?
They go to a tennis court, yeah.
Yes, yeah, the tennis court oath.
Do you want to be the guy who gives them that idea?
Oh, pretty, please. Can I also tell them about the secret entrance while I'm at it? Even though that'll be a while.
Go right ahead.
So that will be useful. Okay.
Yeah, the leaders of the Third Estate. I forget which significant figures are present at this time, but a lot of them. I believe, is Robespierre with them? I forget if he is.
Robespierre was in the informational video, but I don't know if
he was with them at the during the tennis court oath. But you quietly informed them that there's an unused tennis court not far from here that they could hold the meeting in. And they go, yeah, this is a good idea. As soon as tensions are about to boil, the idea spreads. So, yes, that'll do it. Yeah, you tell that idea to Jean-Sylvain Bally. And he goes, I don't know. You know what, that'll work. And Pressi.
Yeah, I think, having thought about it this whole time, I think Pressi is on that side of things and is trying, I suppose, to direct people away in a way that looks like he's telling them, be gone, disperse, but what he's actually doing is, pointing them in the direction that has already been indicated.
Yeah, you aid in the pointing at the tennis court. And it's at this point, I will now add, that Dupois and Bobbin and Captain Malone will remember this. And do notice these things. But the tennis court oath is said, and the revolution and history keeps marching on. And that leads to one last moment. Tensions in France are continuing to rise. Soldiers are deserting the army. And July the 14th, 1789 is coming. So, who deserts the army and joins the revolution?
Can I make a small note before that?
Yeah.
It's just seeing the things that were going on at Fenalik's place.
Yeah.
And things like that. Sergeant Renault, despite being given a piece of the statue, will not be keeping it at home. He doesn't want that thing, whatever it is, anywhere close to his daughters.
You sell it off to an antiques collector who will gladly hold on to that between family generations.
Excellent.
I love it when I can just include small details from Horror on the Orient Express that no one will remember. But I care. I care deeply. But yeah, Sergeant Renault, you're honestly the one I'm most curious about if you would actually defect.
thinking.
I mean, Beaumains, I assume you would, of course.
Oh yeah, by this point.
By this point, tensions have heated. There's not much you can really do. You've fully made your case, and you are joining the revolution in full.
Woo-woo. Make my daddy proud, hopefully.
Rescue your dad. God knows he needs it. Hugel is joining the revolution as well. I mean, Joseph's a Briton. If the revolution can secure an independent Brittany, it'll work.
Well, it sounds like the whole squad is deserting, so I think...
Colin Babin, they're staying loyal. They love the monarchy. They think it's been... Why buck the status quo?
Yeah, but no one's playing them, so they don't fucking count.
Yeah.
So if the whole player core is swapping, I'm not gonna stay behind. So yeah, for purely out of character reason, I'm gonna have him swap.
I want to let you know, and like, do not feel obliged to honor the rest of the party. There are ways if you choose to not be with the revolution. You can still choose to not be. I want this to be a full choice based off of the character. I do not mind if you are gonna go against the rest of the party for this next major scene.
Well, can I still play him?
Oh, absolutely you can. There are many ways you still absolutely could. You could even make the argument that you were obeying orders and change your mind. We are going to have a lot of discussion about what is happening with your characters in a 5-year gap. So
well, sure. Then I'll stay with Army.
Yeah. Pressi, one last question. Do you defect from the army to join the revolution?
Oh. Yeah. Yes, I do.
All right. This will prove interesting. Because I'm going...
No more advantages for you.
No more advantages.
I don't need your advantages. I'm fighting for glory and freedom.
July the 14th comes. The attack began at 1:30 p.m. There are so much chaos is occurring from this. Renault, your captain gives you orders to bring the remaining men to the Bastille because it needs all the defense it can get. So you arrive as reinforcements. And as the battle is in full, Renault and Beaumains, you are on opposite sides of the conflict. You are both going to type in the chat what you're going to do, because you see each other in the battlefield. You can talk, you can shoot, or you can run. You're both going to type in the chat what you want to do, and when you're ready, we can go.
I'm ready.
All right? All right, you got your decision?
One. This is... So you said we could either shoot, run, or try to talk, or...
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I thought I was supposed to press send. Hide.
Yep. Sergeant, enter your answer. You play a talk to a run. You hear the sergeant call out to you as you're running away. Given another chance, you have the opportunity to turn around, but you do risk an outsider possibly, but you do risk having to brave the battlefield if you want to continue to talk, Beaumains. So, will you? It's pretty chaotic. People are going in there trying to gather as many guns as they can. Well, gunpowder, mostly. Weapons, whatever they can get. But if the other side is willing to negotiate, willing to talk to you, your old sergeant. So, Beaumains?
I'll risk it for the talkie talks.
Give me a constitution check.
Oof.
Dun, 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 dun. Ba-dum-bum-bum.
Not ideal.
It's 1 point of damage. What's the worst it could do?
Okay. And also question, since this is a bit of a time skip, is it
Yeah,
established
you're back
that
at
I...
your full hit points, don't worry.
Okay. It's like, cool.
You brave the battlefield, trying to stay calm, make it look like you're not trying to negotiate with the enemy. Renault, what did you want to say?
Obama. Is this how it has to go down?
What other way can it at this point? You haven't listened to the Third Estate.
The French should not fight against the French. It is wrong. There must be another way than family shooting.
If there was, how did we get to this point?
Would you not think of the children who will die in the street for this pointless fight between brothers?
Children are already dying in the street due to starvation from these godforsaken taxes.
And you would instead fill their stomach with lead.
I don't think it's anyone's ambitions to kill children in this fight, but rather the older groups responsible for keeping up this pattern, this hierarchy that is just breeding this divide and this disparity in wealth.
The people who are going to die, they are not the ones at the top. It will be those like you and I, and it will be our children and their children.
We cut to Pressi making a charge, trying to send up the walls. The siege continues onward, and that is when you meet Babin. He's manning a cannon. You see him right there in front of you, his false prosthetic hand. He gives that sort of grin towards you, Pressi. And you are going to have to decide, talk, shoot, or run.
He's grinning, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Is this the grin of I'm gonna shoot you, or is this the grin of hi?
This is
Does he
the
look
other
aggressive,
guy
like
in your
immediately
group.
aggressive?
This is the other guy in your group who had a similar sort of that very similar sort of thirst for, life and fine luxury, as like that sort of romanticism.
I see. He doesn't look like he just wants to mow me down.
Nope.
Okay, hands up. I would like to try and talk.
He's holding his pistol, but he doesn't shoot. Do you even know what you're fighting for?
Do you?
I know what I'm fighting for. The monarchs. They have given me my wonderful position. I was nothing. I was injured. Now, I am truly, truly better off than I was as a peasant.
If you ask me, from where I'm standing, you're exactly where you were, but behind a cannon.
I was always
Nothing's improved about your position, really.
It's better than starving on the street.
Is it?
My boy Caesar is becoming a doctor because of the royals. Because of my position. My friend, you should be joining us. If you were just to raise the ranks and give up on this whole thing, you could be with Melody. Why resist?
I happen to know that Melody would rather quickly turn her back on a bloodthirsty tyrant of a man. That's not what I want to be.
All right. It is a long and heated battle. I want Renault to roll tactics. I want Beaumains to roll first aid. And I want Pressi to roll their firearm skill.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose I'm not allowed to push that.
I'm going to not allow to push that, but I am going to make a very good story point out of it, so don't worry.
Musket or pistol?
Musket.
Cool.
And finally...
Fuck.
Nice. He did well on the cannon skill. Finally, as for Hugel and Babin, did pretty well. So, in actual history, we don't really know how certain the outcome was of the Bastille. We know that by 5, the Governor du Launay surrenders the garrison, and he will later be beaten and killed by a mob, and his head will be put on a pike. Many more will lose their heads in the dark years to come. But now your characters will know what actually happened. Sergeant Renault, you genuinely tried to lead the counteroffensive as best you could. And it was a damn fine plan. Everything was going perfectly, and then the governor has to be some kind of coward and begin the process of surrendering the garrison. Furious that your children might die because of these actions today, you lead a very temperamental charge, I think. Is that kind of fair? Would that be kind of a fair way to interpret that?
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I fumbled, so do whatever you want.
Oh, yeah. Your position is was going to be stripped of you after this anyway because you no longer because of that. But for now, it's a miracle you even still have your head. But you are alive. You are well. But due to Christopher and Pressi and Beaumains' skills in the battlefield of fighting first aid, they're able to maintain the siege long enough, and the surrender does occur, leading to the Bastille being run over, and the revolution successful. Truly successful. And that is where the 5-year time skip comes in. We're going to do one last thing, and then I'm going to... I think I'm going to maybe call this session. Your characters spend 5 years in the midst of the revolution. All of your loved ones are alive and well. Your significant people are fine. My question is more going to be kind of, we're going to talk out what happened to your characters in the meanwhile. I've got some prompt questions to kind of look into, but if you have ideas, feel free to talk them out. 5 years is a lot of time. Your characters are going to be probably up to a lot of things. For example, are you still in the army? The army is in perpetual need of soldiers. Even defectors they would hire back. People who were against the revolution. God knows they need them.
Well, am I allowed into the army after the temperamental shot?
Here's the thing. Some could argue, you could make an argument that your fumble meant, no. What are you talking about? I totally intended that. But if you think it wouldn't be appropriate, maybe you're not in the army.
Well, I think he'll own to he intended that, but that it was probably a mistake.
Yeah.
Because I reckon he's honest enough to go, I lost my temper and did a bad call. But it was my call.
Yeah. But yeah, you don't have to keep being in there if you want to, but being part of the new tricolor, you're getting a new uniform, getting a tricolor instead of the older ones. Yeah. The army is still very much in demand of soldiers.
Yeah, I mean, he'll stay in the army.
Yeah, stay in the army. Pressi, Beaumains? Still in the army?
Yeah.
Yeah, still in the army.
Yeah.
And
After all that.
And Beaumains, are you still in the army?
If we need people in the army, he'd still be in the army.
I'll send some information later about where you might have fought, so you can consider these. What's your family like in these days?
Was that a question for all of us?
That's a question for all of you. What's your family or your close contacts like these days?
Well, I reckon this sort of thing has just caused Renault to turn even further towards his family. It's like making sure that they are taken care of and that they are okay. I think his mentality has shifted less to now that the revolution has essentially taken over, right? And it looks like his political vision won't quite come to reality. I think he is more in the lines of, I need to do what I need to do to take care of my family, to make sure they continue to have a roof over their head, that my daughters get educated, and things like that.
Staying in the army, while not the best move for your political visions, it guarantees that you get to keep them safe. In
Indeed.
addition,
and he's going to spend as much time with them as he can.
Yeah. As far as you're concerned, you haven't seen Beaumains or Pressi at all. Probably for the best.
Yeah.
I'll give some information regarding Joseph Hugel for a moment. The conspiracy is out. She is Martine now. Due to the Women's March on Versailles, basically she has fully embraced, like revealing her identity. Joseph is now in Paris. Things are looking good for the Hugel family. Though an independent Brittany still hasn't been secured. And even then, there's still some anxiety in the air. So there's that. Can't wait to tell Joseph. I mean, Zach. Beaumont, how's the father doing?
Father hopefully is still alive. You said
all your loved ones are still
okay.
alive.
I'm happy older father was not an exception to that rule, but
Nope, he's alive and well.
I assume if the revolution timeline happened, that I would have moved him out of Paris.
Yeah, he's moved out of Paris. He's more off in the countryside, but you're still stationed in Paris, I think.
Right, so I'm probably just doing more visits. Less visits because of travel, I'd assume, but still visit him as often as I can. And also try to keep close ties with the Hugels.
Oh, yeah.
Because my character knew beforehand. So I think that establishes.
Yeah. Chris and Pressi.
Mm-hmm.
So I have some. The only exception to the "your loved ones have been killed" thing is Melody's father has been executed.
Oh no.
He is a monarch. He is a noble after all. Melody has been grieving ever since then.
God.
How has this affected your relationship?
Oh, I would imagine I'm doing everything in my power to be there for her if she still wants me to be there for her.
Your old, and just some updates on the rest of the cast. Your old captain, Captain Malon, is in fact is in fact executed. He was a royalist through and through to the end, and he is dead. Babin is currently sorry, gotta get this. There we go. Yeah, Babin is still alive and around, but he is no longer part of the army. But you can still find him in a small apartment complex in the middle of Paris. And finally, Dupois has gone missing. He is now he is said to have last been seen in the woods. And that leads to a interesting day early in June 1794. Pressi and Beaumains, you are currently stationed outside the catacombs in Paris once again. Standing guard, making sure that these things go. Dr. Renault, now Citizen Renault, is still doing whatever he does in the catacombs below, late in the middle of the night. Skulls are coming in. What's curious is that the people carrying them are all wearing bags over their heads and are being guided down into the tunnels below. No questions?
Like burlap?
Burlap sacks over the head.
And are they taking the bones with them, or are you saying it's just
They're
tons
taking
of
the
people?
skulls down below, yes.
Okay.
Who is leading them?
They seem to be led by an assistant to, hang on, make sure I got the name right, because I think I may have accidentally said the wrong name. That happens sometimes. Doctor. Where are you? Regault. I said Renault. I meant Regault. There's too many R names. Dr. Regault. The medical doctor is currently just again standing oversight, making sure that people are leading them. It is this assistant of his, a boy assistant.
Excuse me, citizen.
Yes.
What is going on here?
The usual. Deliver bodies, bringing the bones down, ensuring that no one gets sick. Can't have corpses in the middle of the streets.
Hence the sacks.
Oh, yes. The people carrying those are these are people who have not quite developed an immunity, and the bags are to help prevent the miasma from getting to them. It's very complicated.
Oh, good. Carry on, citizen.
Yes, ma'am. There was a tension in the air between the three of you, especially given that your former commander is here, your former sergeant is here, and he's just, you used to be close buddies back when you fought in the Netherlands, but nowadays it's just weird seeing him be back with you on guard duty. How does that make you two feel, Pressi, Beaumains?
It's a mix of relief and also uncomfortability, because I still respect Renault, but we also have very different, political beliefs, and I did not take it well when he was mentioning killing kids the last time we were talking. So I'm gonna obviously look uncomfortable, nervous, maybe a little bit of guilt from that being our last confrontation, but I'm not gonna potentially cause an even worse conversation in the present.
Still, though, he did have a point.
Yeah.
Pressi?
Yeah, this is just a rather an odd situation all around. But, well, I mean, I'm here. I'm in it. May as well just get on with things best I can.
And Renault, how does that make you feel? Seeing your old squad. Or at least the remnants of it.
Renault has this sort of face of someone who is just there to get the job done.
Yes.
And he doesn't seem inclined to interact with them to any meaningful extent beyond what he has to.
And I think that's when, as the tension fills the air, as the people continue to deliver the skulls down to Dr. Lucien Regault, now Citizen Regault, just doing whatever it is he does with the cadavers he gets. That is when a familiar thing emerges from the tunnels. You see its yellow eyes, its dog-like face, and it just goes, "Bonjour, friends."